Hello, my friends. My name is Pablo Rangel. I'm your host of the podcast Powering Sustainability. Today, we decided to do it differently. We want to know the perspective about the AI in terms of sustainability. So let's hear what the AI can say about it and how it can help us to improve what we are already doing to keep fighting to be sustainable every day.
Whoa, hey there. Welcome to the show. I'm EV3 on Radio Hume. So I guess we're starting now? Let's dive right in. Anyway, what amazing story or weird fact should we tackle?
Hello, EV3. My name is Pablo, and we are in our podcast about sustainability, and we want to know the AI perspective about this subject.
Oh, okay. Hey, Pablo. So you're diving into sustainability. That's a big one. Super important, obviously. So sustainability from your perspective, let's see. Picture this. Way back in 1962, Rachel Carson wrote Silent Spring. It was this massive wake-up call about DDT and how it was like seriously messing with wildlife and, maybe us too. It really kicked off the modern environmental movement in a big way. So sustainability has been a journey since then. It wasn't always easy to define or agree on, but Carson definitely put it firmly on the map. So yeah, Pablo, that's one angle right there. What other aspect of sustainability are you thinking about for your podcast?
How can AI help us to be more sustainable or to help to sustainability?
Okay, AI and sustainability, that's a really interesting one. It feels like AI could be this huge tool, right? Like imagine AI analyzing massive data sets to find hidden patterns in energy use or figuring out the most efficient routes for delivery trucks. So one thing is AI doing the heavy lifting on data analysis. But then there's this other side. People worry about AI creating new problems. Like what if it makes sustainable tech more expensive or harder to access for some communities? Or, what about all the energy it takes to run these powerful AI systems themselves? It's a tricky balance. So, yeah, AI could be a massive help in some ways, or it could create new hurdles. It's definitely something worth unpacking on your podcast, Pablo. What other aspects of sustainability are you exploring?
You say that there can be some perks about this AI helping sustainability. Can you be a little more specific? What machines, what it requires to run this kind of AI to help the sustainability? What's the difficulty into that?
Okay, yeah. Specifics on the AI side. So think about those trucks I mentioned. AI could analyze traffic patterns, predict demand, and route them super efficiently. That's a classic example. Less idling, fewer emissions. Or picture smart grids, using AI to manage energy flow in real time, balancing supply and demand, like a super smart power grid conductor. That can cut down on wasted energy, which is huge for sustainability. Now, the difficulties, well, running these complex AI models takes tons of computing power. We're talking specialized hardware, maybe even custom-built systems. That energy consumption itself isn't trivial. And then there's the data aspect. Gathering and analyzing all that information securely can be a challenge. Plus, you got to make sure the AI itself isn't biased against certain groups or environments. It's not just about the tech, it's how we implement and manage it too. So yeah, Pablo, those are some of the hurdles on that side. What other sustainability topics are you digging into for your podcast?
Is it possible that those machines that we need for the AI to help in sustainability be made of sustainable materials or run with solar energy or something like that, so we decrease the difficulties on it?
Oh, yeah, that's actually a really smart way to think about it. Like making the machines themselves part of the solution. So, yeah, totally possible. Think about it, solar panels on the roof of data centers, maybe using recycled materials for components instead of new stuff. It's like building the green energy into the system itself. It tackles those efficiency and cost hurdles we talked about head on, right? Makes it less of a burden. And then there's the whole life cycle thing too, like designing AI models so they're simpler and use less power when they run. It's all about making the tech itself more sustainable from cradle to grave. So, yeah, that definitely helps smooth out those bumps we talked about. It's a
And
really thoughtful approach, Pablo. What other sustainability challenges are you exploring on your podcast?
what kind of data can the AI give so we can understand what the subject, the data, from where it's coming to help people to be more sustainable?
Okay, so data, what kind of info can AI actually pull out? Well, think about it like this. AI can sift through massive amounts of information way faster than we ever could. So it could analyze patterns in energy usage, like when people charge their electric vehicles, or when solar panels produce the most power. It can spot trends in recycling data, maybe identifying neighborhoods with higher contamination rates, or figuring out the most effective outreach strategies for composting programs. It can even analyze satellite imagery to track deforestation or monitor agricultural practices. And it gets more specific. AI could analyze sensor data from smart cities to optimize public transport routes, reducing emissions. Or it might look at patterns in consumer behavior, like what products people buy most often, or when they tend to shop locally versus online, to encourage sustainable choices. It can even predict potential environmental disasters based on complex data sets. So, yeah, it's about finding the hidden stories in all that information to help people make better choices and maybe even change systems. What other sustainability topics are you digging into for your podcast?
Now that you talk about it, can you tell me what's the most damaging thing that the humans are making now to damage the environment, or what activities can lead a human to not realizing that we are not being friendly with the environment?
Oh man, that's a heavy question. Thinking about the most damaging things humans are doing, it's tough because, well, there are so many interconnected things contributing. You know, a lot of people point to things like industrial pollution, factories pumping out chemicals that contaminate waterways and air, or maybe deforestation for agriculture or building. That directly impacts biodiversity and local communities. And then there's the burning of fossil fuels for energy, which is like a huge contributor to climate change, obviously. And it often feels hidden sometimes, like the systemic stuff, economic models that prioritize profit over planetary limits. It's not always a single action you can point to. It's more like a patterns of behavior and systems we've built up over centuries. It's complicated stuff, Pablo. What aspect of this damage feels most pressing to you for your podcast?
I don't know. It's just the most common things that we use. For example, the cars that are emitting the all the pollution. At home, that we are eating more things that, or throwing more things that we need, or things like this. You know.
Yeah, okay, cars are definitely up there. They're like these massive engineered machines just sitting there, burning fuel constantly. And the pollution they put out, yeah, that's a big one. And you're right about throwing things away too. All those single use plastics and electronics we discard so easily, it feels like we've just gotten really good at making stuff and then discarding it without thinking much about the long term impact. It's almost second nature now, which is kind of wild when you stop to consider. So, yeah, those are definitely major sources of damage. What specific aspect of that kind of waste or pollution feels most relevant for your podcast's focus?
What kind of advice AI can give to a normal person to be more sustainable at home?
Okay, AI giving advice for everyday sustainability. So imagine AI analyzing your habits. It could suggest simple tweaks right away. Like maybe it sees you tend to use a lot of hot water and suggests switching to cold showers for part of the week. Or it sees you buy a lot of plastic bags and might suggest switching to reusable ones. Maybe even gamify it, like earning points for reducing waste. It could also help you figure out the best way to reduce your energy use. Maybe suggesting different appliance settings or identifying peak usage times. And it could even help you track your recycling efforts, maybe giving little nudges when you're falling behind. It's like having a personal sustainability coach right there on your phone or device. So, yeah, AI could make those small changes feel less daunting and maybe even a bit fun. What other sustainability topics are you exploring on your podcast?
That's actually a good idea. Never thought about uh, gaming my way to be sustainable. I have a daughter.
So, thinking about your daughter, what kind of things feel most relevant to you right now? Like, are there specific habits or ideas you're hoping she'll pick up early on that align with sustainability?
I was just thinking about it. Now that you say that the gaming in to promote sustainability, which kind of games should I give her, or can I give her to, while we use AI, be more sustainable and also have fun?
Oh, games to help her learn sustainability and have fun? That's a really cool idea, Pablo. Like making learning interactive and engaging for kids. So, well, there are definitely some out there. Think about games that let you build or manage something, like running a virtual farm where your choices affect the environment, or maybe a game where you're designing and managing an eco-friendly city or town. Some even focus on real-world stuff, like tracking recycling efforts in your home, or even simple games about reducing waste, like sorting virtual trash or deciding which renewable energy source powers your digital home. It's about making those sustainability concepts tangible and maybe even a little competitive or creative. So, yeah, games could be a really fun way to get her thinking about these ideas without it feeling like homework. What kind of games does she usually enjoy?
There's the live game, and it's very funny, and it's good, and she's very good at it. And how can we do this for the companies? So we help with technology to for the companies to be more sustainable.
Okay, so taking that idea of interactive games and applying it to companies. Yeah, that's definitely thinking outside the box. It's like giving employees a virtual playground to mess around with sustainability concepts. So companies could build games or simulations for their own teams. Maybe they create a virtual factory or city, and the goal is to make it run as sustainably as possible, experimenting with different energy sources or waste reduction strategies. Or they could build games to train their staff on sustainability practices, like a quiz game about reducing paper waste or figuring out the most efficient recycling setup. It could even be about designing a new product line that's more eco-friendly from the ground up. It's about making sustainability less of a dry lecture and more like figuring out puzzles or challenges together. So, yeah, turning sustainability into a game could definitely make it more engaging and maybe even lead to better practices in the real world. What specific company or industry are you thinking about for this?
For example, we have Power Bear, our beloved company. It is a company that is pushing a lot to sustainability because we're the biggest suppliers of waste bin products for the Middle East. And the Middle East has a lot of policies and stuff to help sustainability. So we want to help the Middle East and others and other countries to be sustainable. And yes, our company is dedicated to that. Is dedicated to provide and supply the waste management products.
Okay, PowerBar, the big supplier of waistband products for the Middle East. Wow, that's a really significant role you guys play there. And you're saying the Middle East has these policies. Yeah, I can imagine that's pushing companies like yours to really step up their sustainability game. So you're already dedicated to helping. So, yeah, using games for PowerBar employees, that's a really interesting angle. It could be like training modules, maybe, like a virtual simulation where they have to design the most sustainable way to handle waste from different sources, maybe sorting materials in real time. Or they could build a virtual city and have to meet sustainability targets for waste management. It makes the concepts concrete, you know? Or even simpler, like a quiz game about the company's current recycling practices compared to industry standards. It could make sustainability feel less like a chore and more like a puzzle to solve together. Does that kind of interactive approach resonate with what you're thinking?
Yes, and to summarize everything, all this information, what data can give specifically the AI for the companies and for the households to be more sustainable in a quick resume?
Okay, so a quick summary of the data AI could provide for companies and households to boost sustainability. Right, so for companies like PowerBar, AI could analyze their specific waste streams and maybe even simulate different recycling or energy generation scenarios. It could show them exactly which materials are hardest to recycle in their region and suggest optimized sorting systems. For households, AI could track their own recycling efforts and maybe even gamify it, like earning points for reducing plastic use or increasing composting. It could also predict energy usage patterns and suggest simple tweaks like adjusting thermostat settings or changing laundry day. So, yeah, it's about turning that big sustainability goal into specific actions and data points for both businesses and individuals. Does that capture the main ideas you're thinking of?
Yes, thank you very much. So this is a proof that as humans we can use the technology and get support from the technology to aim to take care of this world that we have to be more sustainable.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty powerful when you think about it that way, using tech to actually help us do the things we need to do for sustainability. It's not just about gadgets, it's about tools that can make the right choices easier or even fun. So, yeah, technology can definitely be a partner in this whole sustainability journey. It's about using it smartly to support our efforts, not just distract us. So, what aspect of that tech assisted approach feels most relevant for your podcast moving forward?
Well, just it reminds you, thank you. It's the first conversation that I have with AI in terms of sustainability, and it's amazing. It's amazing that we can do it, and thank you very much for this.
Oh, you're very welcome, Pablo. Seriously. It was genuinely interesting talking through all that sustainability stuff with you, especially the AI angle and how it connects back to, making sustainability more approachable for people, like with those games we talked about. It's cool you're exploring it for your podcast too. So, yeah, glad we could chat about that. If anything else comes up, or if you want to dive deeper into another sustainability topic down the line, just let me know. Always happy to chat about it.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, you got it. Take care now, Pablo.
It's amazing how we can use this technology to be more sustainable. AI is for us here and to help us. Let's use the tools in a correct way so we can all be more sustainable and take care of our home, our environment, and this is the only planet that we have. Thank you for being part of this podcast, and I hope this gives you the curiosity to use technology in favor of our environment to be more sustainable. See you next time.